Was, I think, by all accounts, a good day for you at the weekend, and a very high-profile fixture and a huge atmosphere. How do you, going into a trophy group game against an under-21s team, harness that, deal with the contrast in what the atmosphere might be like, and kind of keep your players focused on the job in hand, which is winning your group?
Well, it's after the Lord Mayor's show, isn't it? We don't really get many full houses here. We did in League One because we got bigger clubs. That's no disrespect to League Two, but these bigger clubs in League One who are capable of filling it. And people build up the game as being big. It was the big crowd that was the big occasion, and our fans feed off it, and our players fed off that as well. And you can listen to lots of conjecture about the price increase. And don't forget the home fans had to pay the increase as well. I bought tickets and I had to pay the increase. And the basic fact is that if you're going to give so many tickets to the opposition, it increases the police presence, so the cost is there. So it's a straightforward mathematical equation. So that got blown completely out of proportion before the game as well. And then, when there's a lot of fans here from the opposition, it seems to lift our fans, and it led to being a good game of football, and we were delighted to win the game. But then you've got the come down of playing not someone's first team, but definitely players who want to get into that first team. So that presents its own problems. And it was great to see Wrexham here. I've got no problem with this, the documentary and all that. I've got no problem with that. I think it's showing League Two in a good light. And apart from a couple of fans who were throwing things onto the pitch, their fans have been brilliant, and that's good for football. And they're a good club who should get out of this league and then maybe threaten League One. But we've got to focus on what we do. And now, so tomorrow's game comes out about you're playing against players who want to get into a first team, and want to show the manager what they can do. And I'll have a few players who are playing for me that will be doing exactly the same. So it should be a good game of football tomorrow.
It was kind of rebranded and revamped, this competition, a while ago with an eye to development. And I think a lot of the emphasis was on development of future Premier League players, future England players. Is there anything wrong with it being a development competition for the likes of Accrington Stanley and you giving young players a chance?
You know my thoughts on it. I'm quite an open book on this. I love this competition. I'm desperate to win it, which I don't think many managers would say the same. But I don't care about any of the managers. I want to win this competition. I think it gives us a chance to get to Wembley. It gives us a chance to put money into the club, which bigger clubs mightn't need. But it certainly helps us. It gives us a chance to blood young players while still knowing that we're desperate to win every game of football we play. And so they can come into the environment that is so intense on winning that it's scary how much we try and focus on winning, and we don't always get the win. So, but how much hard work goes into it, that'll never change. Well, certainly while I'm here, it won't.
Would it be harder to get Sykes, Savin, Martin, now Pickles into your first team regularly without the opportunity to give them game time in this competition?
Yeah, I think Liam Coyle benefited from it as well. And it's really difficult for clubs of our stature because we know we're bringing really good players through the academy. Our academy is performing really well at the moment. But in order to see the true benefit and the true potential of that, you maybe have to wait 2 or 3 years. And the financial aspect of that means that you can't wait on too many players because you're always having to perform in the league ourselves. So it is difficult. We haven't got. If you had the riches of the bigger clubs, the bigger city clubs, then you can maybe sit on players for 2 or 3 years, no problem. It makes it a little bit more difficult for us. And as the last couple of years, we've probably had too many players that we've tried to do that with, and it hasn't worked. So we have to maybe look at a different avenue.
You've given a few debuts in this competition already this season in the group stage, 2 previous games that you've had. How significant is that for these young players? And you talk about not wanting to kind of sit on them. Do they need to be ready to play more as a result?
They have to. The sickening thing for me is that young Tricky is away with Ireland when, he scored 2 last time he played in this competition, and you'll be looking to get him on the pitch again playing. To try and build on that. So it's frustrating that. But it's a good experience for them going away and playing for Ireland, or Northern Ireland. So it is a double-edged sword, that one. But it gives somebody else an opportunity.
What's the expectation of the Forest team? Because there's been an international break. Maybe not all of Forest's first team players will have been away. Do you think that'll have any bearing, or do you think potentially they'll have young players away on international duty and that might mean even younger players being involved?
I'm not too sure. I think it might give their manager an opportunity to play the fringe players from the first team a game. I think they can only play 4 players over 21. It'll be interesting to see what team they put out. Whatever team they do put out, they should be good. They are a massive club. That's Forest. I remember that unbelievable night when Paul Mullen scored the winner here. That was the season after we went into the Football League, wasn't it? And just a remarkable feeling. And so, it'd be nice to see what players they've got available.
We know your views on this competition. You talked before and after the FA Cup about the impact off the pitch and the chairman being the person who loses out the most if you don't progress in the FA Cup. The prize money in this competition is one of those things that was revamped a little while ago. Just how valuable is the fact that there's a cash prize for winning a group game?
Oh, that's good, and it should wake you up to it. No amount of fiscal gain could make me want to win a game of football more. So if you said, I think maybe you get £10,000 for winning this game tomorrow, but if that was 10 billion, it couldn't make me want to win any more than what I want to win. I mean, it's great when people say they give 110%. You can only give 100%. And I 100% want to win every game of football I play. And I have done since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. And you might be too young to remember blow football, but when you got your compendium of games, the goals off they got lashed when I was losing.
A run in this competition, like you had last season, though, how much can that change maybe a plan in January or some investment into the academy or training facility or whatever it may be if you keep winning?
Well, any money that you achieve, we have to use it wisely, and there's no guarantee that goes into the playing side. But we can't be just a club who runs on a loss. We're always trying to be a profitable club, to be a self-sustained club, and you don't want to be just frittering money away and frittering opportunity to take money. That's why it was disappointing, losing to Doncaster. But you can only go out and give your best, and the players who go out tomorrow, I know they'll be out there it won't be money that's motivating them. It'll be an opportunity to try and impress the coaching staff and myself and the fans as well. So there's plenty to gain from this competition. There's plenty to gain from the game. And I know myself as a player, you'd always sooner want to play a game. So people used to turn their nose up at the Lancashire Cup and and the President's Cup and what have you when I was playing in the Unibond, and it's a chance to put more goals to your tally. So I never ever sniffed it. I wanted to play in every game. And
how important is it to win the group and get a home knockout game?
That's big for us. I don't think Ben will be cheering for us. No, I mean, obviously, you looked at the pitch and I think it went onto a world stage on Saturday, how good our pitch is. And, yeah, we definitely want a home tie for the next round.